Back in 1989, I received a letter from President George W. Bush welcoming me to the United States Air Force. At the time, I didn't question its authenticity. It didn't matter if it was a computer-generated form letter printed en masse with a stamped signature. It was addressed to me. The President of the United States had welcomed me into something greater than myself. I had finally made it. I belonged. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The journey started a year earlier in 1988. I was a senior at Elizabeth High School in New Jersey, about to graduate with a head full of dreams and just enough ambition to believe anything was possible. And with the innocence of someone who still believed in promises, I asked my dad about the college fund he had always said he was putting away for me. He didn't even mute the TV, didn't shift in his recliner. I thought Tony might be some accountant, some family friend with a savings bond in my name. Dad, seriously, who's Tony? This time he looked at me, still smirking. The cashier at the Meadowlands racetrack. And just like that, the air left the room. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I just turned around and walked out. The next morning, I went straight to the Military Recruitment Center on Broad Street in downtown Elizabeth. I visited each branch, but the Air Force pulled me in. Something about it felt cleaner, smarter. I told the recruiter I wanted to fly fighter jets. He laughed, then told me, "One roommate?" I spoke. "No headaches, I can live with that." Before long, I was shipped off to Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, then on to tech school in Biloxi, Mississippi. Basic training kicked my ass. I arrived wide-eyed and full of hope, and soon learned what military life really meant: sweat, structure, and screaming. Still, I made it through. I held my own. After graduation, everyone received their assignments, except me. "Yeah," I answered. "Here's a rake and a leaf blower. Go rake rocks." I stared at the tools, confused. "Rake rocks," he said, rising from his chair with the slow menace. "I blew leaves. I trimmed hedges. And yes, I raked rocks for 2 long months. 2 men in black suits walked across the freshly cut grass. "Get off the grass," I barked.
One of them pulled off his sunglasses. "You Papi Puma?"
He handed me an envelope. "You've got your orders. Helenican Air Base, Greece."
The second man, who hadn't spoken until now, grinned. "Pack your shit. You leave tomorrow." Then with a nod added, "Welcome to intelligence."
Next thing I knew, I was on a commercial flight headed to Heathrow, then on to Athens. The Air Force put me up at the Apollo Palace Hotel in Vula. Back then, rooms were $30 a night. Now it's closer to $450. But those early days, unforgettable. I walked the beaches of Glyfada, learned the language, ate food that made me question everything I'd ever called a gyro in Jersey. I trained, I worked, I adapted. I became part of something bigger than myself. It all started with a broken promise, a missing college fund, and a recliner-bound dad with a TV remote in one hand and crushed dreams in the other. But it led me here. To Greece, to growth, to a chapter of my life that reshaped everything. They say adversity builds character. I say adversity builds pumas. And it all started because Tony, the cashier at the racetrack, had my college money. Now back to the course. If anyone has a problem with the puma on the putting green, well, you can kiss my kitty.